Hi everyone, welcome to Karen from tillycrafts.co.uk. This is one of my Make It Thursday videos and I'm bringing you the brand new Wild Roses. Well, it's not brand new actually, it's carried over from the mini catalogue, but I got it and it has carried over into the new catalogue, which we now have, which is this. And you can flick through it now because it's we're in May and it's gone live. I'm just trying to find it now. There it is. So this has carried over and I wanted to do some cards with it just to show off the background. This is also a new one, a spiral die one, and I've seen some really good projects made with that, so it might be on my wish list. So let's get cracking. Put my catalogue away. I'm trying to be more organised. I'm a bit late because this is going live tomorrow. So yes, so we're using the Wild Roses Cling Stamp set, and this is the card I made. Straightforward. I didn't want to cover up the background too much because I want to show off the background stamp. So I've used a few gold elements on it and this lace here. So because it's not got any sentiments with it, what I brought in is Blossoms in Bloom, and I've used the Happy Birthday stamp out of here because it fits in nicely. And I've also used there's a bundle called All Things Fabulous, and this is also carried over, and I'm using the Fabulous Floral dies. So it has dies to cut these flowers out, the leaves, and also in there you get this lovely lattice one. And what I've done with it, I do not know, which I need to find it before the video, but I'm sure it'll pop up somewhere. So it was here a minute ago, but we'll find it. So I've die cut the flowers out. These gold elements haven't carried through, but there are some new gold elements which you could use. I'm waiting for mine to come, but I thought might as well use these up. Inside I've just got a white layer and a little rose with a Wink of Stella on, and I did a little flower on the envelope, and I don't think I've Wink of Stella'd that, so we might have to do that later. So let's get started. This is one big stamp. I don't tend to put the sticky on these, just personal preference, because I end up getting it all over the place. So Stamparatus, best off putting your stamp case underneath because it makes it more flatter, it makes it level. As you can see, I've stamped quite a few so I know where to put my piece of paper now. So we'll do the stamping first, and then I'll give you the measurements of the bits that go with it. So I've just got a card base. Obviously I'm not going to put the magnet on it because then this won't close, and I'm using the new pale papaya even, and this is one of the new in colours. Really liking this. It's like an orangey peach colour. So I'm just going over here making sure I've got enough ink on my stamp, and then because I've stamped before I can see roughly where it's going, and then we just shut the lid and press down. Now, so that you get an even pressure all over, what I've tended to do is get one of my blocks, whoops, bit of ribbon there, get one of my blocks and just go over it just to make sure it's even pressure all over, and then lift it off, and look at that, how fabulous is that? Really like that. It will dry a bit lighter when it dries because obviously it's still wet at the moment. So, and then all you do to clean it is you take chamois and just wipe over it, and that cleans it up ready for next time. It's getting in the cracks, but I think this is a very simple card to do, and you could do quite a few if you needed you know, multiples of them. Right, let's put that out of the way. I'm going to be doing bumming die cutting. Stamparatus, we've got a bit of, oh, I need that. So on my original card I did have some scrap paper, but you just grab a piece. There we go. So I'm using these flowers out of All Things Fabulous. So I'm using the big one with the rosy bit inside and the small one with the tiny one inside. I'm not using the threes because it's a 3-step stamping one, this, but I'm not using that today because I just didn't want to do that. Now, where's my mat? I'm using a piercing mat just to put a bit of pressure under because they're photopolymer. But I need actually 3 of these, but I do have, I've done 2 out already because I didn't think you'd want to sit and watch me die cut for ages. Now, because I want the inside darker, I'm stamping it up, stamping off, and then stamping. That's quite light, isn't it? But when you take the centre and you stamp in, you can see the colour coming through. And we'll do the same with the little one. And take the centre. There is a way to line these up. I think I've almost got it roughly like that. Just pop those out the way. And that's all I need of that colour. And then I'll bring in my happy birthday stamp, which I've got something on it. It's no good. I want bits on it. I think I dropped it. We'll see how it stamps. If not, I shall remedy it. So I'm just going to use Memento for my sentiment. And I've actually got a strip for this. And I'm just going to stamp it there. That doesn't look too bad. It does look too bad. I think I must have bent it putting it down. It's better. Photopolymer, you're supposed to lie them down upside down, leave them for a minute and then put them on the stamp, and then that way they don't bend. There we go, that's much better. So that's all our bits for that. Let's put that back out the way. Right, I'll bring in these. So I've got an envelope for afterwards. I'll pop a card up there. So I've got a base and it's an A4 sheet, cut in half, scored in half, and it's in the pale papaya. And then on this one I've used black, but on this one I'm using basic grey, and I think it goes really nice together. That's my inside bit. So I've got the grey, then we'll have this on like so. Then we just need to die cut these out. How simple is this card? And then that's going to go in there. So let's do our die cutting. Well, she says let's do our die cutting. Where have I put? There they are. I knew I had them. And the scrap piece of white to cut out on. Right, so I'm going to bring my baby mini emboss machine, cut and emboss machine. How cute is this? Right, I'm just going to come up slightly. That's only very slightly. You need a base plate for this, a number 2 plate, and that's the only thing with this, because it's a lot smaller. You have to watch your width. So I'm just going to line this up. I always do this. Is that the right one? That's not the right one, Karen. Typical. Does help if you grab the right one out. There we go. There. So that's on there. Just going to see, I've moved it. It's because I'm doing it cack-handed. It'd been quicker if I'd have put washi tape on it. But there you go, you feed it in and then turn the handle and it just goes through. So really quick once you get it lined up. That's that one. The baby one. So you can imagine if I was doing another two, be here all day. Right. That might have moved. No, it hasn't. Oops. And last but not least, we're going to do our lattice. So I've cut a piece of basic grey out. Pop that on. Just angle. Sometimes if you angle them, they go on a bit better. They go through a bit better, I should say, smoother. Because it's quite a big die, that. Check. I'd like to check on the back, but that looks like it's all gone through okay. So I can bob this out of the way now. It's so cute. Right, let's bring it back down again a bit. There we go. So, to get all these bits out, I've got one of the die brushes now. This now you get an attachment for the end of Take Your Pick tool, but this is just an old one I had, so I've not treated myself to the new one yet. So I just give it a quick rub like this, and it will get all the bits out, and the last few bits we can just poke out. Oops. Put all these out the way. Right, so there's a few bits want poking out of that. These are our flowers. I can pick them up. Honestly, hands won't work. Popping out of the way. I've got 3 pairs of snips hanging about. There's my proper ones. Some are used for glue and other bits and pieces, so I like certain ones for certain jobs. Right, and as by magic, here's 2 I prepared earlier. Now, I have got some gold bits here. I don't know if I'm going to use them on this one or not, but we'll see. But like I said, I'm using these up, but there's it's called an ephemerate pack that's coming out, and it looks so nice. Right, let's put all the bits and bobbies together. So, on the inside of my card, I've not written any sentiments on the inside for the simple fact it depends who I'm sending them to as to what sentiment I'll put on the inside. There is some new stamp sets coming out with just greetings in it, and there's some light-hearted lines, I think they're called, and so I think some of them will be good to go in birthday cards. So I'm just waiting to see what comes out on my order when it arrives, and then I might add something in, or I might, depends how much I want to write, to be perfectly honest. The more you write, or if you don't want to write a lot, you put a bigger sentiment in. Right, slide that up on there. Oops, I haven't given you the sizes either, have I? Right, so this is, like I was saying, A4 cut in half, scored in a half. The measurements when it's folded are 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. Your first layer is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8, and your stamping layer is 3 excuse me, and 5/8 by 5 3/8. So that's all your layers, and then it's just simple. We're just adding it, we're not even lifting it up, we're just adding it flat. Let's see, like that. And then we want this in the middle, so I just need my pokey tool. Potato, it's not called pokey tool, it's called a potato pick tool, but I'm just going to pop these last ones out. Try and get as many as I can with the brush, and then I can be a bit there. They usually just come off, but sometimes they get a bit stuck. But it's worth it to poke them all out. I didn't realise there was this many still in though. If it wasn't on video, it'd be quite therapeutic, this. So sorry about this. Well, I hope you're all okay, seeing as I've been not here for a while. I've managed to do a few videos, but like I say, I now need to play catch up, because like this goes live tomorrow and usually I'm ahead. But there's some lovely stuff coming in the catalogue. When I finish this, if I remember, I'll show you my favourite, and I can't wait for it to come. Right, so there we go. So I could have it in the middle like that, but I quite fancy it down here. And so I'm going to put, like I did on that one, the big one down there, and the little one up here. So I need it about there. So all I did for this is I just run my Seal Plus. Oh no, that one's not working. Did I use my Seal Plus on it? Do you know? No, I didn't. See, telling lies. Dimensionals. See, and what I did is I used the edging strip, and let's go from that one to that one, so that's about right. So we're going to go back there, and you're thinking, I can see that through there. Yes, you can, but you won't when we put all the flowers over it. So for this one, I'm going to put a bit of seal. Oh, I'll pick them all up again. A bit of seal on there, but I'm going to put a dimensional down the bottom. See, now before I started, I got a brand new pack of large dimensionals out, and now they've done one. There they are. Got them. Yeah, so I'm going to put that down there, and I'm thinking maybe put a bit on like that. Like that. Stuck in. Now let me just grab my happy birthday before we stick everything down, and then I can't remember where I'm sticking it. Oops. Still too big. Still don't like it. It's not cut it straight. There we go. Slightly bigger than the other one. So I don't know if I like it that big or not. No, we'll put it down. Stick with the plant. Don't have to do it that small, it's entirely up to you, but I quite like it that size. Right, let's just double check. Yes, I did stick that up on dimensionals. I'm checking because I made these quite a few days ago, and I know I should write down everything I've used in that, and I forget. Doesn't take a lot for me to forget, or I write it down and then I can't find the piece of paper I've written it on. That's more likely the case. Right. Oops, stuck on my finger. There we go. And I'm thinking maybe a little bit of gold in there. Yes. There's my little flower. Them off. There we go. And let's move all these bits out of the way and I can show you properly. So where's my Winker Stella? Right, let's try this one. Right, so all I did then is I took my Winker Stella and just went over the flowers to give it a bit of glitz, like so. And I was going to put gems on, and then I thought it doesn't need gems. Winker Stella'd it. And then for the envelope, we just stuck this down, which I probably wouldn't do if I was sending it through the post, because if it catches on something it could end up ripping the envelope. But like if I'm delivering these by hand, then I'd say that's absolutely fine. Right, let's just throw these out of the way and then I'll bring my cards in. I have made a few more so I can show you the different colour combinations that I've done. Well, different, there's no colour combinations, it's just I've done one colour. So I've done some in colours and not in colours. I mean, I did have a play with that one, and that I dropped the thing and then I put it down again so it over stamped, but I did make a nice blue one, but that's gone to my niece. So these are the ones in the black and the colours. So there's magenta, Bermuda Bay, and I've done the envelopes the same to match with the Winker Stella on them. What's that one? Right, I've got, there it is, Highland Heather. No, it's not Highland Heather, it's Gorgeous Grape, sorry. Gorgeous Grape on that one. Then I did Flirty Flamingo on there. So that's those ones. And these ones I decided to do with the grey, just to see a different effect. So on some of these I've used the gold elements, and some I've just left them plain. So we have Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, and Fresh Freesia. You'll have to let me know what's your favourite colour, and do you like it with the grey, or do you prefer it with the black? But that's my card for today. Now, like I said, I was showing you that background stamp, how you did it with one. I've been watching Brandy Cox from Brandy's Cards, and she's done it where she's rubbed the ink over a background stamp to give it a different effect. So I've tried it with this one. So I've used Mint Macaron, Petal Pink and Smoky Slate, and I quite like the effect. There's no sentiment on it yet because this is, I was just playing. So I might be bringing a video on that because I've done it with the Stack Stone and it looks really good as well, but that's for another day. And also I'll just bring in the stamp sets I've used again, which was the Wild Rose. We had the All Things Fabulous, where I've used that image, and the little ones that go inside it. And also from that bundle I've used the Fabulous Floral Dies, where we've used the lacy trim effect and these ones to cut out the flowers. Whoops, stuck on my finger. And then for our sentiment, that has come from Blossoms in Bloom, the Happy Birthday from Blossoms in Bloom. And these are all in the new catalogue, which went live on the 4th of May. And like I said, I will show you my favourite stamp set. Oh, honestly, I can't wait to get my hands on it. I was so sad it wasn't on pre-order. But don't let me other stamps me say that. 45. I've not learnt the page numbers yet. But this is my sweet. It's called In the Wild. You get the embossing folder. It's like an animal print embossing folder. And that's what it's called, in animal print embossing folder. You get the Wildcats, and you also get the dies that go with it. And Big Cat dies, it's called. It's called Wildcats Bundle. That's the name of the stamp set. And then you've got these Big Cat dies, Wildcat dies. No, Big Cat dies. We'll get used to it eventually. And you get all this fabulous paper with it. So I can't wait to start playing with it. And it's got 2 of the new colours in it, Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen. And it's the quite the regal colours, these. And so I'm quite looking forward to having a play. So thank you all very much for joining me. Hope you have a good weekend. Look out for some new projects with new stuffs. And if you get a chance, check out my Wednesday video where I'm showcasing a suite. So every Wednesday in May I'm showcasing the hand pen suite and showing you different elements of that. So thank you very much. Stay safe and have a good week.